finish at the line. Oh, we got a wreck. Will Hewitt's through the trial for the final time, and oh, they're wrecking. Big trouble. Vincent Short sneaks through, and I think Short...
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It can fairly be said that American road racing entered the 21st century with the debut of Circuit of the Americas as host of the 2012 U.S. Grand Prix. The first track in the U.S. designed specifically for Formula One, COTA was conceived by promoter Tavo Helmond and motorcycle world champion Kevin Schwantz and designed with the assistance of noted race circuit designer Herman Tilke. The ambitious COTA project was revealed in July of 2010 when Helmond announced plans to build the track on 900 acres of undeveloped land near Austin, Texas. With backing from billionaire Red McCombs, plans quickly proceeded. The circuit's design was submitted to the FIA for approval in December of 2010, with construction beginning later that month. The FIA issued its final approval of the circuit in September of 2012, some 60 days before the inaugural Formula One race. The 3.427-mile Grand Prix circuit features COTA's signature corner, Turn 1, a tight hairpin at the crest of a 133-foot rise, followed by a rapid descent into a series of fast sweeping corners leading to another hairpin. From there, the cars follow a 5/8-mile straightaway before a complex series of multi-apex corners in a stadium-like setting, returning the cars to the pit straight. In addition to the state-of-the-art circuit, pits, and garage facilities, COTA features impressive spectator and VIP amenities, including a 251-foot-tall observation tower, several stadium grandstand seating sections, and spectator mounds for general admission viewing. Along with Formula One, COTA has hosted the V8 Supercars, MotoGP, the FIA World Endurance Championship, American Le Mans, and IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Series, as well as various club and vintage events. Tonight, it's the Black Horizon Truck Series Spicy Schemes Grand Prix, and it's next on HBR TV. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas, virtual Circuit of the Americas Black Horizon Truck Series. Take a look at the race info for tonight. We're not counting laps, we're counting minutes. 70 minutes the race distance tonight. Going with a very road course theme, I guess you could go with here. The Spicy Schemes Grand Prix, of course, that is the race that we're here tonight. Love that these guys come in here with some sponsors to put these races on. It certainly makes things look, well, a little cooler, I guess you could say, even though we are here in Texas. Not going to be very cool. Track temperature about 110 degrees, I believe. Now it's 116 coming up. Practice underway here at the facility. Let's go down trackside to see where everybody's stacking up. Here's Zach Millett, just recently throwing down a 2-minute, 16.81 second lap. That is by far the fastest out of anyone here in the field. 1.5 seconds, just under 1.5 seconds quicker than second fast Justin Bondurant. Sam Fontaine showed some early speed in the session as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize, having a little bit of an audio issue related to possibly the Stream Deck system. Got it muted for now, but for whatever reason, it won't turn itself off. Got one chat already in the stream. We've got Track Bar Media saying, we got Zach for the W. Well, way to go out there on a limb. Again, we still got to run the race. He certainly has the fast pace in practice. We'll see what he can lay down in qualifying and then to see if he can keep up that fast pace in the race. Clock down to zeros to end the session. See who takes to the track first. Zach Millett rolling. Fastest in practice by far. Certainly going to be the favorite for the pole. Interesting to see how hard Millett pushes here on this out lap. Chris Harvey in the stream chat saying, go Dalton number 2 for the win. Oh, Millett overdrives it. Again, this is the out lap, though. It's not going to really hurt him. He's going to try and clean things up. Again, track temperature may have come up a bit. It's 117 degrees now. Much warmer than it was in practice. We saw it as low as 107. See if that gets in his head at all here. Again, he hasn't even taken the green flag yet on his first lap. So that out lap, it's really just a matter of getting some heat in the tires. You don't want to put too much in them. So things like that can happen. Millett off turn 20 here. He's going to take the green flag. Again, a 10-minute session. He's already got 2.5 minutes in, and he's just now taken the start of his first lap. Place is huge. And 3.4 miles around this Grand Prix circuit designed for Formula One. Somehow, these NASCAR trucks managed to find their way around the circuit. Millett looking pretty clean through 8, 9, and 10. Nice left-hander downhill into a hard left-hand hairpin style corner. That's turn 11. Really got to nail the exit here because you've got a very long straightaway, over half a mile. Didn't overshoot it that time, through turn 12 cleanly. Millett down into turn 20 here, the final left-hander of his first lap. Likely going to be the money lap here. Build so much heat in these tires after just a lap or two. The second time around, not likely to be quicker. Across the stripe, 2:17.84 for Zach Millett. Not quite the 16 he threw down in practice. Cummings goes P2 at a 2:21.20. Brandon Alphin, was second, now third quick. Daniels goes P2 at 2:19.37. Diego Sainz also quick in practice, 19.304. Now we go to Justin Bondurant. Bondurant was very quick, in fact, second fast in the session. Bondurant taking as wide an entry as he possibly can. That's the best way to do it. As long as you got the grip under the braking, you can put the right sides of that truck all the way into that curbing. Right now, the top two, it's Millett and Sainz. 2:17.84 for Millett, 2:19.30 for the 44 of Diego Sainz. Bondurant down into turn 19, short shoot down to turn 20, final corner of the lap. Again, 20 corners around this place. Spun the tires out of the corner. We'll see what kind of lap he ends up with. No time registered. Must have had an off track, so he's going to have to try this again. Meanwhile, Sam Fontaine on the racetrack, working his first timed lap. Let's go on board and watch this lap from his perspective. $2:19.52 for Sam Fontaine. It's going to put him fourth quick. Sean Petchen on track, 2:20.28 for his first lap. Petchen off turn 20, going to complete lap 2. See if he picks up. 2:20.73, consistent, a little bit slower. Back to Bondurant. Is he still in the throttle? Looks like he's going to give it another go. He's going to really have to. He's got to clock a time in here that's clean. I don't think Bondurant's going to shoot for the pole here. He certainly had pace in the practice session, but without getting that first lap in, he does not want to start from the back. We got a 25-plus truck field here tonight. A lot of guys taking provisionals, but nonetheless, you don't want to start out back, especially at a place like COTA. Lots of places to make mistakes, lots of opportunities as well, but you want to be as far up towards the front as you can when they drop that green flag. Again, a 70-minute race. It is not very long. Bondurant comes back with a vengeance. 2:19.008 puts it outside front row on that second lap. I got to wonder what that first lap would have been if he hadn't had that issue. Nonetheless, good starting position for the 11. Looks like he's going to be in that front row, or at least the top 3. Josh Gagnon on track. Looks like Josh even sporting a more road racing style paint scheme on that Toyota Tundra. This may be the last lap Josh gets in as the time is beginning to run down. 10 seconds officially remain in the session. Still has to work through the last 3-4 corners here. Only 2 other cars on the track, Gagnon and Scala. Scala finishes up, as does the session. So that's going to do it. Zach Millett on the pole position here from COTA. Let's take a look at our starting grid. On the pole position with a blistering lap time, 2 minutes and 17.840 seconds. It's the HBR TV 315 Silverado of Zach Millett. Outside front row, Justin Bondurant in the 11, about 1.1 seconds back, but had to do it on his second lap. We'll see what he's got for the rest of the field, or maybe even Zach Millett throughout the course of the afternoon. Row number 2, it's the 44 Diego Sainz with Gunslingers Racing. Starting 4th will be Luke Daniels, the number 28. Sam Fontaine, he'll roll from the 5th starting position out of the country of Canada, the number 77, looking for a solid finish here on the road course. Brandon Alphin, the 21, starts 6th. Sean Pension, the number 69, will start 7th. Matt Telder out of Michigan, the number 1 machine, will roll from the 8th spot. Joey Ladouceur, I'm still messing it up. It's never going to get better. The number 23 starts 9th. Alex Cummings, the 63, rolls out of the 10th position. 11th goes to Ben Pierce with Cameron Ingram in the 5, another Gunslingers Racing driver. He'll start from the 12th spot. 13th goes to Jason Dalton in the 2. Jacob Drift, the number 14, starts 14th. 15th goes to Tim Averill. 16th starting position, Chris Scala with 4X Racing, the number 22. Cedric Ingram, the number 19, starts from the 17th position with Chris Dean, the Dean Machine. Double Shot 48 starts 18th. Josh Gagnon, the number 79, Ace Racing, will start 19th with Luke Strayer rolling off the 20th position. Stephen Miles, 2-time winner this season, starting 21st. Tyler Brewer in the 40 with Nexus Motorsport, 22nd. Mike Fahey, Lone Star Racing, will start 23rd. And Luke Knupp, Factory Sim Sport, number 29, shotgun on the field in the 24th spot. Your starting grid here from Circuit of the Americas here in Austin, Texas, the Black Horizon Truck Series Spicy Schemes Grand Prix. Got one formation lap, drivers getting formed up, ready to go to the green flag, but it's going to be a bit. It's a abridged pace lap, so it's not the full distance around, so we'll actually be to the green flag here in just a few moments. Field working through turn 16, 17 right now. Again, taking a look at the weather, 120-degree track temp. It's getting a little bit warmer here at the circuit. Down through 19, pace car lights off. Going to go green this time by one more corner to work through, and we'll be underway.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. Remember, the start flag is further down this front straightaway than the checkered flag. Let everybody get straightened out a little bit before we take the green, but we're down into turn number 1. Bondurant gets to the inside of Millett side by side for now. Millett gets clear. Zach Millett out to a 3/4 second advantage over the 11 of Justin Bondurant. Now it's a full second. Zach Millett, a beast on the brakes. Down into turn 11, long straightaway here. We'll see if Bondurant can use a little bit of the draft to close back in on the 315. Does get a little better run out of the corner. Kicks 0.4 of a second away. See how they do down into turn 12 under the brakes. Millett again gains those 0.4 back. Bondurant backing up his corner. Worked really well on the long straightaway, but these short corners from 12 to 13 and into the stadium complex, maybe not going to be the case. Top three, Millett, Bondurant, Signs. Then it's 28, Luke Daniels, then Sean Petchin up 2 spots already into P5. Again, local yellows only here at Circuit of the Americas as Millett works off turn 20 to the front stretch here to complete lap number 1. Got a few incidents to get caught up on. The green flag came out. We had a handful right off the bat. We'll take a look here. Luke Daniels, Jason Dalton. Again, this is right at the start. We'll go full speed here. Looks like everybody might have actually gotten through turn 1 without issue. It did kind of trigger some indicators that there was a wreck, but not really the case. We'll check here with Mike Fahey. He says he crashed as well. Might have just been the turn 1 deal. They get through okay, just very slow speeds, no crashes to speak of. It does say Chris Scala had an issue. That was after the start there. He did go around, so that was a legitimate one. 22. Looks like it might have been off the nose of somebody. Or maybe not. Chris Dean right in behind. Nope, just got to the power a little too soon. Around she goes. Meanwhile, Millett has stretched it already to a 2-second advantage. More battles for position here. Joey Ladisser. Behind him, you've got Cameron Ingram and Alex Cummings battling it out. The 63 of Cummings in that body armor Toyota. The 5 is Cameron Ingram, the 63 of Cummings. Impressive enough, Zach Millett's first lap of the race, a 2:18.48, and that was, again, coming to the green flag without that big run out of turn 20. Further back in the pack, Mike Fahey running in the 18th spot has already picked up about 6 positions, so Fahey not wasting any time, running the Ghost paint scheme on the 00. That is an energy drink. I think that's the blue Sour Patch Kid one, if I'm seeing it correctly. We had those at Watkins Glen this year. They were, what's the word I'm looking for? Sour. It's about all I can really use to describe it without getting kicked off of YouTube. But yeah, that's how I would describe it. Interesting energy drink. That's all I'm going to go with. Perfect for Mike Fahey. With that said, Mike is actually the biggest mover on track thus far. Up to the 17th position. Started 23rd. Cedric Ingram, Tim Abril, Tyler Brewer all in a row. Oh, the 3 gets that big sausage curve. It's going to send that truck up in the air. Not good for the front suspension or even maybe the bodywork on that 3 truck. Looks like he got away with it that time. You won't be able to do it often. You will eventually pick up some damage from doing that. Certainly did not help his time. Jason Dalton taking his position away from Jacob Drift. Drift in the number 14. Spicy Schemes entry. This would be for the 14th position. At least Drift is 14th. Dalton 13th. On a turn 20, Zach Millett once again. I want to go on board with Millett. Watch him run a lap around Circuit of the Americas. We're going to go quiet and just watch him work. Lots of lap around Circuit of the Americas on board with Zach Millett, your current leader here at the circuit. 5.8 seconds ahead of the 11 of Justin Bondurant. Then it's Diego Sainz, Luke Daniels, Sean Petchen, the top five. More battles through the pack. Jacob Drift under pressure from Mike Fahey. Fahey really closes the gap under the brakes up the hill into one. This is the battle on track for position. Again, Jacob Drift running in the 16th spot. Mike Fahey 17th. Still hanging on to that position. Would love to move one more forward. Fahey still the biggest mover on track. Then it's Josh Gagnon in the 14th spot. He's up 5 positions. Checking back on an issue with Sam Fontaine. Says he crashed. That's not a crash, just got it slowed up. towards the front, the battle for the 4th position. Luke Daniels, Sean Petchin. Daniels in the number 28 truck. Diego Sainz runs real wide out of turn 20. '28 goes to the inside. He's going to take that spot away, but overdrives the exit. Sainz might try to cross back over. May not have the run out of the corner. So it's Sainz and then Petchin. Petchin in the 5th spot, the number 69 truck. Sporting that throwback Lucky Strike paint scheme with the black horizon and the red dot there in the middle. It's a little throwback to a Jensen Button paint scheme, I believe. A little bit of wheel hop for Petchin. It didn't hurt him too bad. He still gained some ground on the 44. He's in through turn 12 now. Short shoot the right-hander. It's turn 13 and 14. Another quick jaunt down to turn 15 and 16. Now into the stadium complex. Petchin grabbed another gear there a lot sooner, short shifting, but that really helps get the power down in a safe way through that section. Get the RPMs up too high, you put a lot of power down, and you tend to spin the tires. Drives a little too deep here through 19. Let Sainz get away. People out of 20. Luke Daniels with the 3rd spot. Diego Sainz just about 3-4 trucks behind. Got 19 of you guys in here watching the stream. We've got a couple of people that popped into chat. It's an open chat, guys. Feel free to say hello, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Just keep it PG for the kids. Battle for position still. This is with Petchin. Petchin to the outside of Sainz. Now to the inside. Takes the spot away from the 44, move Petchin up to 4th. See if Diego can fight back here. Petchin does a good job getting into the middle of that corner, hits the apex perfect. Looks like Diego might have had a better run out of the corner, though. They're going to drag race. Down the long straightaway here, 5/8 mile. Petchin outbreaks the 44 from the outside. Really, it seemed like a pretty conservative move there for the 44. Probably could have forced the issue, but again, 54 minutes remain in this afternoon's race. Petchin a little oversteer on throttle. Can't get the power down out of the corner. That's hurting him. It's good on the brakes, though. Closes in there. Getting out of turn 20. Back to the front stretch. We'll see if Diego can do anything into the braking zone into one. Uphill. Still nothing doing for the 44. He's right there, though. Zach Millett still with the lead from the pole position. Has about 8.8 seconds on the 11 of Justin Bondurant. We're not all that surprised here. Millett very quick on road courses. Truthfully, very quick most places he goes, but road courses especially is kind of his specialty, specifically in stock car, stock truck style vehicles. This battle is hot and heavy between Diego Sainz and Sean Petchen. This is for the 5th position. They're putting on a show for us. Diego changing up his line. Maybe some contact there, maybe not. Trying to get the camera on the 44 here. And down that long straightaway once again. Diego's pretty close. We'll see if he makes the move to the inside. Petchen drives it way deep. See if that hurts him on exit. Oh, a little wheel hop. You saw a little smoke come out the back of the 69 truck. Locking him up. Goes wide. Great battle still here for the 4th position between Sean Petchen and Diego Sainz. Top 3 all separated quite a bit. 10 seconds from Millett to Bondurant, another 7 seconds back to the 28 of Daniels. Sainz looks to the inside in turn 1. Does he make it stick? If he stays alongside of Petchen, he might have him set up here for the next left-hander. Still side by side. Again, this is for the 4th position. Into the S's. Petchen slides across the nose, overdrives the corner a bit. It's a problem here. If you mess up one of these corners, it really messes up the rhythm for the rest of them. It's going to open the door again for Sainz. Both these guys off rhythm. Petchen gets a bit of that inside curve. Again, not good for the truck. Trying to get the power down. You see him really trying to chase the tail of that truck. I gotta say, Sainz is trying everything he's got in his book of tricks to try and get on by. But here comes Sam Fontaine. With these two battling it out, it's allowed the 77 to close in. Now we're going to have a 3-truck battle for these positions, 4th, 5th, and 6th here. Meanwhile, Luke Daniels in the 28 truck, he's been able to get away from these 3 for the same reason. Sainz back to the right side of Petchen. Still not quite clear. Sainz runs away wide. Now they're 3 wide for a moment. Fontaine's trying to take advantage. He may have this. Sainz has completed the pass on Petchen, but now Petchen's got company in Sam Fontaine. He's going to lose 2 spots out of this. You almost got to wonder if Petchen was willing to let the 44 go a lap or 2 ago. He might have had enough pace to stay out in front of Fontaine, not let him catch up to these 2. Now, essentially trying to protect P4, he slipped back to the 6th spot. Diego Sainz, again, he's battled back and retaken the 4th position. Now starts to stretch it out on both drivers, Sam Fontaine and Sean Petchen. Now to Tyler Brewer back in the 19th spot. Luke Strayer, the 20th position, looking to the inside into turn 1. Nothing there for the 41. Still on the attack. Meanwhile, Mike Fahey's in the pits. Maybe a scheduled stop, not sure. We're only 9 laps in for the 00. And Fahey's out of the truck. Might be calling it a night, not sure. Bathroom break, maybe? Who knows? Nope, he's gone. That's going to do it for Mike Fahey. Maybe connection issues. He's in and out here. We'll see. We'll check back on that later on. Meanwhile, the battle with Strayer and Brewer. Brewer still ahead of that 41, closing in on the 3 of Tim Averill. Really deep into the corner. Averill goes wide. Brewer locking up the left rear. So does Strayer. Strayer's going to have a run here. Takes a peek to the inside. Runs a little wide. Seems to be able to get alongside down that straightaway. Had a better exit from the corner, but wasn't able to do anything with it. I don't know if he drove it too deep and had to swing out to the right side. Trying to get the power down. You see him swinging the tail as well. Again, this battle, all 4 position, Averill, Brewer, and Strayer. Some other drivers hitting pit lane as well. Brandon Alphin being one of them. He's in the box. Joey Ladisser as well, the number 23 machine. Mike Fahey in the stream chat says, "Call me Morgan Shepherd. I ran 8 laps and I'm done." Or Chris Cohen says, Fahey wanted some ice cream. While Millett still out on the speedway, 16 seconds ahead of the 11 of Honorant. Again, looks like we might have 2 days in a row of domination for the 315. Millett lapped all but about 5 or 6 cars last night in the Numb Thumbs Racing League event at Motegi, Twin Ring Motegi Speedway. We're on the oval last night. Also in the truck, and here he's running away once again, 16 and a half seconds over the 11. Mike Fahey says, "I'll watch Millett lap the field from the couch." Let's take a look at lap times here. They're starting to fall off again with tire wear. Last handful of laps you see for Millett. 21.6, 21.7, 21.8, then a 23.2. Might have been lap traffic or an issue, and then he went to 22.9 that last time by. Things certainly slowing down as these tires age. Sean Petchen going to hit pit lane. Now, that's something you want to keep an eye on, too. Millett has certainly gotten a lot of pace right now, but there's some guys behind him that are honestly pretty close on overall pace. Yes, it's 17-second gap back to the 11 of Honorant, but qualifying times were pretty close. If Honorant opts to take tires early here, he's going to be about 3 to 4 seconds a lap quicker than Millett, so it wouldn't be too long before he would start to catch the 315, but then, of course, it kind of swings the other direction. Millett would then probably take the opportunity to hit pit lane and do the same. Ben Pierce, the number 65, also running a very road racing inspired scheme, kind of like a Ferrari paint scheme, the spicy schemes on that number 65. Again, Spicy Schemes, a primary sponsor for this afternoon's race. Pierce running 8th in front of the 63 of Alex Cummings. The way they run right now, Zach Millett, 2:19.56 is his best lap, which is really the fourth fastest of all the drivers on the speedway. Justin Bondurant the quickest, then it's Luke Daniels, and then Diego Sainz. Those three drivers are the three fastest laps of the afternoon, but overall consistency on the fast laps, right now it's certainly going to Zach Millett, as he's got now a 20-second advantage on Bondurant. Still yet both drivers not in the pit lane as of yet, all the way back to the 10th spot. Jason Dalton still on the original tires from the drop of the green flag. Well, with 41 minutes remain, we're going to jump out and go HBR TV side by side, so you don't miss a minute of the action. Stay with us. We'll be back after this.
I met Marco Scarza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit of the Americas, the Spicy Schemes Grand Prix Black Horizon Truck Series. Zach Millett has been dominant here this afternoon. Meanwhile, Justin Bondurant has completed his first green flag pit stop. There may still be one more stop in this event, and it may come very late in it. We'll see how far Millett ends up stretching it at this point, but with 36 minutes to go, we are just shy of halfway. So Bondurant at this point definitely set up for a two-stop race. Luke Daniels in the pits as well. Gap back to P2 from Millett to Diego Sainz now, 29.3 seconds. Haley popping in to say hi again. Of course, it's late in Sweden. Thanks for checking in with us at least. Have a good night. Luke Daniels down and away. Millett just hammering it into gear on the brakes. A little bit of wheel hop, you could hear it. Now, those of you that might not be familiar with what exactly I mean when I say wheel hop, it's almost self-explanatory. It sounds a lot like what it is. Except when it happens, it's usually hard on the brakes, trying to downshift and rev match. If you under-rev the downshift, it can make the wheel hop happen. If you over-rev it, you can make the wheel hop happen. But what essentially happens is when you engage that gear while you're on the brakes, if you're a little too heavy on the brakes and all those things don't go perfectly, essentially the rear tires start to lock up. But they do it in a way that all the weight has transferred to the nose of the race car or truck. So the rear end is a little bit light, and it's bouncing up and down. Literally, what it sounds like, wheel hop. And you can hear it, especially if you're in the race car or truck. It's kind of like a, almost like a Jake brake on an 18-wheeler rig. But yeah, it's very difficult to overcome that if you're not careful with it. Truthfully, the only way to stop it is to definitely get off the brake. In some cases, you've got to give it a little throttle. Now, of course, you're going hard into a corner. You don't want to put throttle into it, especially if you're still trying to slow down. But if you don't do that and it's wheel hopping terribly, it's a very good way to spin the truck out. Mike Fahey in the stream chat. Millett racing as hard as he can so he doesn't get wrecked and have to be in the booth with you again. That's probably the case. Problem is, if he's not in the booth, he doesn't get paid. Meanwhile, Millett on pace for a one-stop race here. We are past halfway with 33 minutes to go. So not only does he have pace, he certainly has fuel mileage too. And a lot of these drivers are going to benefit from the fresh tires that they got before halfway. They're definitely going to have pace and start to catch Millett. But Millett's got to make one less pit stop. So they need to really pick up the pace considerably and pass Millett on top of all that to get any benefit out of it, because they're going to have to stop twice. Other drivers down pit lane. It's like Chris Dean. Some damage on that number 48 machine. Certainly going to be 4 tires and fuel for just about everyone, if not everyone, down pit lane. Texas heat, Texas sun, abrasive racetrack. It's got some age to it. Again, they finished this thing about 11 years ago. Zach Millett off the racetrack for his first and only pit stop of the day. Went just about 38 minutes, about 16 laps on that first run. Millett nice and gentle into the box. .48 seconds for Zach Millett. Certainly nothing to get excited over pit stop wise, but down and away nice and clean. Final time of the day, 31 and 30 to go for Zach Millett. Gets the pit stop done, gets back out with the lead, and it's 12.5 seconds back to the 11 of Justin Bondurant. Of course, he pit lap 13, a full 3 laps prior to Millett, about 6-8 minutes ago. Diego Sainz down pit lane. This may work out for him, though, because, again, Bondurant pit a little bit early. Unless he just short pit knowing that he could get it full and still make it to the end, that could be the case. But for sure, Sainz is going to go to the end on just this one stop, just like Millett. So he may be able to jump a couple of positions here, knowing that some of the other guys had pit sooner than him. He's also going to have fresher tires, so if he does get into a battle with some other drivers, he's going to have that as the advantage. He's got Pechin behind him. We saw those two do battle early on in the race. Pechin pit lap 11. Sam Fontaine running in the 5th position. Only truck that hasn't pit right now is the one of Matt Telder. Telder running the Petronas paint scheme. Bit of an ode to Lewis Hamilton. You can tell he's on old tires, though. He is struggling to put the power back down. Battle for position here. This is for 18th. Chris Dean and Tim Abril. Looking to the inside down this long straightaway. Hard braking into turn 12. Abril might have it here. In fact, he does. Dean's going to tuck back in behind. Maybe try and cross over here. Got back to the throttle a little soon. Had to check it up. Up into 13. A couple more corners and then into the stadium complex. Seeing that maybe Jacob Drift has crashed. Could just be a slowdown. We'll see. Let's get down the front stretch, up the hill into turn 1. Hard left-hand hairpin, late on the brakes. Just goes a little wide. Does he spin it out or not? No, actually looked pretty good. I wouldn't even call that a crash or even an issue. iRacing is wrong again. Christine, though, right all over the back bumper, that three truck of Averill. Hasn't lost the back just yet. Sam Fontaine running in the 5th position. He's closing in on Matt Telder here again. Telder has yet to pit in contact with the 19 and the 77. Sainz goes to the bottom. They were 4 wide for a moment. This is off turn 20. Down the front stretch, everybody gets it gathered back up. Sainz currently with the 4th position. Going to have company in Sam Fontaine here. In fact, he's already there, not even a truck length off the tailgate of the 44. Sainz with 1 lap fresher tires with a place like Circuit of the Americas. That 1 lap could be a pretty big difference in pace. Every single lap they click off here at the circuit, it does affect those tires. The lap times get a little longer each time by. See Diego Sainz just kind of pulling it out there from Fontaine. Tim Averill looking to the inside. Tyler Brewer for the 17th position up into turn 1. Brewer takes it, keeps it for now. Real wide on exit. Sets him up decent for the right-hander. Meanwhile, Christine's going to try and take advantage again. Averill took that spot away a lap or so ago. Catches the curbing. Not good for it. Averill maybe watching his mirror a little bit too much. Didn't see that big sausage curve in the middle of the apex. Sent the truck about 2-3 feet up in the air on the one side. Manages to stay out in front of the 48. Was attacking, trying to get to Brewer and get around that 40 for that 17th position. Just like that, though, Averill is closed back down on Tyler Brewer. Cuts to the inside. Sets him up good for the straightaway here. It's going to be a bit of a drag race unless they can clear the 40 before turn 12. Brewer right there on the back bumper. Now it stretches out a bit. A truck length and a half. Takes a look, but the 3 is going to outbrake Brewer into the corner. Maybe isn't. He's going to go way deep in the corner. Brewer stays to the inside. But right-hander here, will it still give the advantage to the 3? Almost contact. And once again, Christine closes up. Both drivers having trouble putting the power down. Averill, Brewer, and Dean and Strayer. All 4 of these trucks are battling for position on the racetrack. Brewer maintains the position ahead of Tim Averill. Slides wide on exit. Down to the inside goes Averill. Another left-hander coming up. Brewer's going to outbrake again, but locks up the left front. Opens the door for Averill out of turn 20. Another drag race coming down the front stretch. Into another heavy braking zone up the hill into turn 1. Both drivers pretty even, but Averill takes the inside. Brewer locks him up again. Strayer's going to try and take advantage. Gets the spot from Dean, or at least side by side for now. Now the 41 gets clear. Averill also gets by Brewer in that set of corners. Brewer may have heated up the tires a little more than he'd wanted to. Now Strayer taking advantage of Brewer. He's to the right of the 40 truck. Tyler Brewer trying to fight him off. Strayer crosses over, looks to the left side, gets back down to the bottom. Dean drives it in deep, locks up the left front, almost makes contact. And 21 minutes remain here. These guys are driving like it's the last lap. We don't mind, fun to watch. Tim Averill started to get away from those three, but still battle between Brewer, Strayer, and Chris Dean. Strayer to the inside now. Brewer going to have the advantage back to the left. A couple of left-handers here. This is going to be down through into the stadium complex. Brewer locks up the left front again. It's only going to get away with abusing those tires for so long before it really becomes a problem. Maybe the case for Luke Strayer, though, as he slipped back behind Chris Dean. Chris Dean, though, gets the right sides in the grass as Strayer gets really loose. Brewer runs way wide. Way wide. Loses a spot to Chris Dean. Comes off, almost gets into Strayer. All this happening in front of race leader Zach Millett. Better be careful tiptoeing through these three. Brewer goes wide. Millett's like, yep, okay, there's one. Still got to contend with Luke Strayer and Chris Dean just up ahead. And these guys are battling for position. Strayer goes wide. Looks like he's giving Millett some room here. Get down the backstretch. Real late on the brakes, down into turn 12. Might get 2 for 1 here. No, Dean comes down across the nose of the 315. Maybe some contact. Millett might have been trying to get a little greedy there. He's got plenty of room out the back window, though. 25 seconds back to the 11 of Bondurant. Now to the right side of the 48. Now that battle continues again here with Chris Dean and Luke Strayer. Strayer got the better run out of 20. We get the better run into the corner in turn 1. Clean pass for the 41. See if Dean can follow it up with another crossover here and take it back. No, not going to be the case. Strayer cleanly around the 48 of Dean. Strayer now up to the 18th spot. Doesn't matter what position it's for. It's a great battle we get to watch. Ben Pierce running in the 8th position. Alex Cummings about 10 truck lengths behind, and then Cameron Ingram another 8 to 10 back as well. While Brandon Alphin down pit lane. "16 minutes to go here. This will be the final stop for Brandon Alphin. Certainly not his first stop of the day. May have come in a little bit early on the afternoon. Some drivers opting for a 2-stop strategy, some just one. Top 5 drivers: Zach Millett, Justin Bondurant, Diego Sainz, Luke Daniels, Sam Fontaine. Interestingly enough, that's all where these top 5 drivers started today's race. Biggest mover so far, though, is the 79 machine of Josh Gagnon, running in the 12th position. Started 19th on the day. Back to the battle for the 7th position. Alex Cummings has closed in on Ben Pierce. It was 10 truck lengths just a lap or so ago. Now it's just a few feet. Cummings in the 63, the 65 of Pierce just ahead in that Spicy Schemes Ferrari-style paint. Cummings to the inside. Thought there might have been contact coming, but they get away with it, no problem. Pierce doing a good job to defend, but the crossover from Cummings gets to the inside. Down the short chute, left-hand turn 20. Maybe contact coming, maybe a bump. We are getting late in this race here. Again, 14 minutes remain. That's going to be about 6 laps, maybe less. Seems that Pierce is just a tick faster through the first third of the circuit, but right here through the S's, Cummings closes right down. Five of Cameron Ingram all over the place in the background. Pierce a little bit through the grass on the right side. And the 5 of Cameron Ingram all over the place. He's having a whale of a time keeping that car under control. Best part of the track for these guys, the straightaway. These trucks are not made for road course racing. They're doing a good job with it. Certainly not easy. Well, Pierce still has the position. This is for 7th, Cummings in 8th. Drivers pit last, both of them at lap 15, so same tire life between the two of them, depending on how they've abused them throughout the afternoon. Pierce real loose out of 20 again. It's a common denominator, I think, for just about everybody out there. Track temperature is still 120 degrees, so once you get any kind of friction-related heat into these Goodyear Racing Eagles, track temperature is certainly not helping cooling things down. Of course, every time they slide the rear end of these trucks out, it adds even more heat to the back tires, amplifying that problem even more. Makes a bad problem worse very quickly. Cummings, though, man, he's got a lot of pace through the S's there, at least those first couple. Pierce doing all he can to keep the 63 in his rearview mirror, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to do it. We still got 11 minutes remaining. Zach Millett still your leader, 31 seconds over second place, Justin Bondurant. And 47 seconds back to Diego Sainz, then 54 back to the 28 of Daniels. Fontaine, it's a full minute. Minute 10 to Petchen, a minute 12 to Pierce and Cummings. Ingram, a minute 16. Telder, a minute 12. Chris Scala, the 22, lap truck, pulls out of the way. Lets these two battle for position. Lets it continue. Left front lock up for the 65 of Pierce. Still, this is the battle on track. Less than a truck between Pierce and Cummings. Both drivers with good pace. I feel like Cummings might be a little bit faster. He's just got to find that perfect opportunity to make the pass. Pierce does get a better run out of 20 here down the front stretch. We'll see if Cummings can close it down. He does. Real good on the brakes into one. We'll see if he can make it pay out of the corner as well. Maintains some of that position gained. Again, he's fast here through this S complex. Last lap for Pierce was a 2-minute 24.74. Cummings was a 24.33. So, as we kind of suspected, Cummings is a tip faster, just cannot find the perfect line to get around Pierce. You would think that if he could get clear of the 65, he might be able to set sail and go after Petchen, see if he can pick up another spot. Timing tower saying 8 laps remaining. I don't buy it. There's only 10, not even 10. There's less than 8 minutes remaining in this particular race. It's a 70-minute race. iRacing just doing some bad calculations, I'm going to go with. But nevertheless, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on. 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 8 seconds have run and complete here from Circuit of the Americas. Coming up on 7.5 minutes remaining. Again, at 2 minutes and 25 seconds a lap right now. Millett's last lap at 2:23.44. You can kind of do the math from there and kind of figure out how many laps. It might be about 3, if that. Now Ben Pierce, even while he's been battling with 63 of Cummings, they've both caught the 69 of Sean Petchen. And they're much fresher tires, 4 laps newer than Sean Petchen. Again, that doesn't sound like a whole lot when you're used to watching oval races. 4 laps is nothing, but a place like Circuit of the Americas, 4 laps, 3.4 miles each lap. It's pretty significant. Pierce trying to get the power down, loses the rear end, and the loose stuff puts it in the fence. It's actually going to give the spot to Cummings. Cummings gets on by Petchen and Pierce down the front stretch. Big mistake for the 65. It's going to open the door and put Cummings into P6. Clear sailing out the front windshield of the 63 truck of Cummings. It's 11 seconds to Sam Fontaine. Don't see him closing that gap down in that amount of time. Fontaine running at 25:21. Cummings last to 24:31. Still a second quicker, but just not enough time left to do anything about it. Back out front, Zach Millett still dominating. I think he's led every lap thus far. He's got 33 seconds on second place. Five minutes and 40 seconds remain. There's a chance, depending on the pace, Millett could get the white flag the next time by. And if he's looking at the clock, he might even slow his pace just a bit to try and get that white flag the next time across. Or he's just going to go an extra lap. Either way, should be good to go on fuel. Again, one-stop race for the 315. Again, ignore the timing tower. It says 5 to go. There is no way we're going to get that many in. Pierce not giving it up, though. Still there on the back bumper of Alex Cummings. Obviously had the pace, but here he goes again, trying to put the power down, gets it in the grass. Even on the straightaway, these things don't want to handle lately. Late in the race, late in the run, tires are hot, they're wore out. Drivers are tired, I'm sure. Track temperature still going up, 121 degrees. Jason Dalton running in the 12th spot. Josh Gagnon just behind in 13th, but now Steve Miles in the 14th spot. So far, the biggest mover of the afternoon. It was Gagnon for a while, but right now Miles up 7 spots. Started P21. Peeling off at turn 20. Tower says 3 to go. I think we're more like 2 to go. 1 hour, 6 minutes, 40 seconds complete. Battle for position. It's Dalton and Gagnon. This is for the 12th spot. Gagnon all over the back bumper of the 2 truck, trying to get that one more position. Dalton doesn't want to go back to 13th. That's where he started. You got to go forward if you want to do well in these races. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards. Dalton defending well on Josh Gagnon. Again, still for P12. Currently 2 laps to go. Millett should see the white this time by. Pierce has lost some significant ground to Cummings. That battle is all but over. Millett back into the stadium complex. Minute and a half remain. Should see the white flag this time by. Millett into turn 19. Short jaunt down into turn 20. Incredible drive by Millett so far today. One more time around and he can seal the deal. White flag in the air for Zach Millett or no? That should be the white flag. We're at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 10 seconds, so Millett continues, and the white officially hasn't waved. Maybe he's going to have to go 2 more. We'll see. We're going to stay with the 315 in case this is it. Usually at this time frame, we would see a white flag pop up on the tower, but again, it's been acting a little out of sorts. You may see it here halfway through the lap once it gets to that hour and 10 or 70 minute mark. Millett to the back straightaway for the final time. Just cresting 1 hour and 10 minutes, so that's officially 70 minutes complete. Millett with a 38.5 second advantage over second place. Zach Millett down into turns 15, 16, into the stadium complex, turns 17, 18. Lap truck to contend with, take it nice and easy. Zach Millett down into turn 20 for the final time. There we finally get the white flag indicator, but he's off the final corner for the final time. Zach Millett is going to cross the stripe here and take the checkered flag. Dominating performance by Zach Millett. Meanwhile, Sean Petchen battling it out for positions still. It's between Alphen, Petchen, and Telder. They're still working the backstretch. Telder and Cameron Ingram closest together here. Ingram making a move to the inside. Drives it way deep, hard on the brakes, side by side, down into turn 12. Telder might have gone a little bit deeper. Can they both make it stick? Side by side, they're still battling for position. This is up to turn 13. Telder's going to have the turn-in advantage. Ingram going to cross over or try it. Maybe a little difficult on the power for the one. Petchen's loving it in his rearview mirror. He can just drive away. He's got to be careful. Oh, Cameron drives it way deep. Thought he was going for the bump. Two to three trucks between Telder and Cameron Ingram right now. Not a great place on the racetrack for the 5. He's got a couple more opportunities, but that's going to about do it through turn 19. Telder, another lap. He might have had Petchen. On to turn 20. This is the way it's going to end. Petchen's going to have it, then Telder, then Ingram. 9th, 10th, and 11th. Great battle to finish this one out. Millett, your race winner. Millett trying to drift that truck around. I don't know if there's any rubber left on it to do it. Zach Millett definitely took care of those Goodyear Racing Eagles. Only made one stop all afternoon long. Had pace, but still took care of the truck as he celebrates on the front stretch here at Circuit of the Americas. Spicy Schemes Grand Prix belongs to Zach Millett. With that, we're going to jump away and get a break out of the way. We'll be back with our top 3 finishers after this. Stay with us.
I met Marcos Garza when we were doing radiothons for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We needed sponsors to help us raise money, and he's always the first one to jump in. I would describe Marcos and his team as upstanding, someone you can trust, and he is just a genuine guy.
Marcos has been very generous. He has a genuine concern for people. You need somebody that cares about you. And that's what Marcos is, and that's pretty much what this firm is.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circuit of the Americas. The Spicy Schemes Grand Prix is in the books. Black Horizon Truck Series from Austin, Texas. 70-minute race. We've completed 31 laps here at COTA. Great finish, great victory for Zach Millett. In fact, we'll pull Zach in the broadcast booth and talk to him about his dominant performance here tonight. Zach, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got us?
Hey, Steve, got a copy.
Congratulations on the win here tonight. I know you love these road courses and you put time and effort into practicing leading into tonight's event. You put a full second plus on these guys in qualifying, and I think you led every lap here tonight. So One practice, one qualifying, won the race, man. How did you do it?
Man, I'm pumped. I love these races, these road course races, man. It's my favorite thing. It's crazy, you know, you hop in one practice. If you're not keeping up with the weather, you know, the track temp and everything, it could throw you for a loop, you know. You get into a practice with these guys, you see what they're running, and you hop in a practice with a hotter track temp, and you're not paying attention. You're wondering why you're 4 seconds off. It's pretty sketchy.
Well, you certainly had the pace here tonight. Again, practice to practice, things are a little bit different, but even lap to lap, things were a little bit different here at COTA. Track temperatures all over the place. We saw it as low as 106, as high as 121. How did you adjust for those changing conditions throughout the race?
Well, the truck, I mean, it only took maybe about 6 laps, and it was a complete drift show anyways. So, I mean, I was trying, once I got out a little ways, I was trying to just, you know, short shift when I can. Break a little earlier, just try to take care of them the best I could. But I'd say the second run there, I definitely had way more tire life than the first. Good thing, because there's a couple close calls there. I missed my marks and probably 3-4 different times in this race, just overshooting shit. You know, just trying to, you know, go a little too hard, and well, we just got lucky. That's all.
You won by like 39 seconds or something like that. I don't know how you can call that luck, but you're fast at these road courses. You're fast just about everywhere we go, but it really shows up here on the road course, especially here at COTA. We know this is one of your favorite places to run. Next week, it's Kansas Speedway. Back to a little bit of normalcy for some of these guys, yourself maybe included. How do you feel about rolling out there to that intermediate track at Kansas?
Kansas is definitely fun. It's that's a really fun track to run, especially with these guys. There's going to be a lot of fast guys there. I am currently trying to get the day off from work, so I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. If I'm off, I'm racing these guys. That's for sure. It's a lot of fun to be here.
Certainly a good league to watch. You've come in here with some pace, and there's some fast guys in here as well. So this one may have looked easy, but it's not going to be that way the rest of the season. So we certainly look forward to it. Zach, congratulations again on the victory here at COTA. We're going to let you go. Is there anyone you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, Steve, and HBR TV for the broadcast, the Black Horizon Truck Series, Great Lakes Sim Racing, all the guys in it. Great group of guys. A lot of fun to race here. I'd like to thank Track Bar Media, Eric Dotton, State Farm, Castle Products, and shoot me a follow on Twitch at that S4 guy.
Zach, thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
Thanks, buddy.
Zach Millett, your race winner here at COTA. Next, we're going to go to second place finisher, Justin Bondurant. Justin, it's Steve in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Justin, congratulations on a P2 finish here. You had some pace early on, looked good in practice, looked decent in qualifying, just not quite enough to keep up with that 315 machine. Walk us through your race. Was there anything you could have done differently to maybe track down Zach Millett at some point? Did you learn anything throughout the run?
Oh, man, I needed him to get a penalty or flat tire or something. That was about the only chance catching him. It's kind of a boring race, just kind of was all by myself there for most of the race, but lucky to get a P2 after the last couple weeks.
Solid points night for sure here at Circuit of the Americas. It's always good if you get a finish out of the deal and you don't end it in the Armco or on the back of a wrecker. A solid finish, second place, good job. Next week we go out to Kansas Speedway, certainly more in your wheelhouse. How do you feel about Kansas Speedway?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kansas. My wheelhouse exactly. I think once we get back to the ovals, I should maybe win a couple more.
Certainly looking forward to it. Congratulations again on the second spot here, Justin. Before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out to, friends, family, sponsors?
Shout out you, putting on a good broadcast, and shout out the whole Lap 1 Legends team, Telder, everybody over there.
All right, Justin. Thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week at Kansas.
Thank you.
Justin Bondurant, your second place finisher. Next, we're going to go to the 44, Diego Sainz. We figured he would be able to figure something out as far as pit strategy, get him further up the field, and it certainly paid off. Diego, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear.
Diego, congratulations, man. A third place finish. It's where you started, so it's not too surprising necessarily, but you were further down through the pack, watched some battles between yourself, and I think it was Petchin for a little bit. Pit strategy, I think, is what got you this third place finish, though. Some guys were on 2 stops, some guys were on 1. I think you were on 1. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Just 1.
Worked out. So walk us through that and your mindset into what that plan was coming into tonight and how you made it pay.
Not gonna lie, I had no plan going in here. I just listened to Cameron. He's my teammate. He really tells me everything I gotta do with pitch strategy and stuff, because I just got into iRacing like last month in November. So really, he was just walking me through, but I did have some experience with road racing, so that's how I got most of the passes through. But it was a lot of fun. I was not gonna catch Bondurant or Zach, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had the camera on yourself, and I think it was you and Sean Petchen, if I remember correctly. A big-time battle for quite some time. It was a blast to watch. You guys raced really clean. It was really entertaining. And if you've only been on the sim since November, everybody out there, look out, especially on road courses. Diego Sainz is going to be a force.
Yeah, Sean, that was a crazy battle with Luke Daniels too. It was a lot of fun with them too.
Well, next week, it's not a road course. It's an oval. It's Kansas Speedway. I know you're still relatively new to iRacing, but have you got any laps at Kansas?
0. I don't even own the track yet.
Sometimes that's a good thing. We certainly wish you the best of luck next week. We're going to let you go. Is there anyone you want to shout out to?
I just want to shout out the Gunslinger team, Cameron and his dad, Cedric. I want to shout out my girlfriend. I know she was watching the race for a little bit there. And little odd shout out, but Luke Daniels, who put me in his fantasy. He believed in me. It paid, man. It paid.
All right, Diego. Thanks for talking to us, man. Certainly good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you, man.
It's Diego Sainz, your third-place finisher here at Circuit of the Americas. That's going to wrap it up for our top 3 interviews. Of course, let's go down and take a look at our race results the rest of the way down. From 4th on down, it was Sam Fontaine, then Luke Daniels, Alex Cummings, Ben Pierce, Brandon Alphin, Sean Petchen. Matt Telder was your top 10. 11th was Cameron Ingram. 12th went to Jason Dalton. Josh Gagnon was 13th. Steve Miles, 2-time winner this season, brought it home 14th. 15th finisher was Joe Ladisser. Jacob Drift, 16th. Tim Abril III was 17th. Luke Strayer was 18th. Tyler Brewer, watched him for a while, put on a good fight. He finished 19th. Chris Dean was 20th. Chris Scala, 21st. Cedric Ingram finished 22nd. Mike Fahey, 23rd after only putting in 8 laps. Luke Knupp finished 24th with Factory Sim Sport. I don't know if he even took a lap here. He says he's 30 laps down. He may not have taken the green flag, possibly here as an admin. Very likely the case. But nonetheless, that's your race results here from Circuit of the Americas. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in, watching. A decent crowd tonight. Handful of you in the stream chat. Certainly always appreciate that. Got a couple regulars, of course, Chris Harvey. Let's see, Haley from Sweden popping in at least to say hello. Of course, she's got to go to bed because it is awfully late on the other side of the pond. Mike Fahey jumping in after his 8 laps. Thanks. Chris Goins, of course, a regular. And Todd Cummings chiming in for a bit. Really, thank you guys all for popping in. Please feel free to come in and say hello to us every week. It doesn't even need to be, your home league. We broadcast Sunday through Thursday most of the time, roughly the same time of night too, about 9 p.m. in the East in the U.S. for those of you international viewers. Tune in and watch. And if you don't already follow and like and share and subscribe and have notifications turned on, here's the link. You ready? youtube.com/@symbol HBRTV and the number 1. Follow us there for all the streams. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/HBRTV1. You'll get link posts and just a few things here and there, sometimes racing related, sometimes not. We're certainly not going to blow up your phone with notifications. So check us out there. You'll see race picks, post-race, all the good stuff. So we do appreciate it. The likes do help. Shares do help. Of course, notifications help you not miss a minute of the action. So once again, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. We'll see you at the next one.